home repairs is one of the biggest areas that the Better Business Bureau gets complaints about. And basically, you can't just hire the contractor on a handshake. A lot of people do it, and it doesn't make sense. They do it for a variety of reasons. Don't think that you're going to get a lower rate simply by shaking hands. Reputable contractors pay their taxes, and so this concept that you can get something for nothing under the table payments, it just doesn't work. The bottom line is you really need, even though there's a skill shortage right now and we worry that there's not enough contractors to do work, you have to make sure you know who you're doing business with. You have to know what it is you want. You want to make sure that you understand what you want and don't get pressured into things. If people have been going door to door and they'll say things like, well, I just did a job on the house 3 doors down and I've got some lumber left over, or I've got some asphalt left over, or whatever it is, and you can get a real deal. Well, the reality is that probably isn't going to happen. And you want to make sure that they're trustworthy. You know where they're located. You should look them up at the Better Business Bureau. Just find out that they exist. And sometimes we don't know of every business. So if we don't know about them, we'll tell you, go and check out work that they've done for other people. Make sure that you understand what's going on. And the third thing is do monitor the work that's being done. We've had situations where it's gone over the estimates halfway through the work and you're being asked to put more money in, and now you're already partially committed to the process. What do? So you have to do those 3 things. Know what it is you want, know who you're working with, and stay on top of the project as it goes through. One of the worst scams I ever heard about was with a senior citizen in Nanaimo, and it was a roofing scam. And the way it worked was these 2 guys went around the neighborhood and they would knock on doors. They'd look for bad disrepair on houses, and they'd knock on the doors, and if an older person came to the door, they'd start the scam. If a younger person who seemed with it, or less gullible, then they would move on. Okay, so they got this old man at the door. He was very frail. His house was in really bad shape, and they said, hey, it looks like you need a new roof. And he said, well, yeah, I'd love to have a new roof. I don't have any money. If I had any money, I'd have a new roof. And they said, well, look, we've got this revolutionary new roofing material from Quebec, and we haven't sold it out here in BC before. And all you need to do is pay for the labor. We're going to give you the roof for free if you allow us to show people your roof, okay? Because this will be like a marketing thing. So he thought about it. He thought that was pretty good. He wasn't really sure, so they started pressuring him. If you don't do it right now, you have to sign up now, we're going to go and ask somebody else. So they put the time pressure on, the money pressure. This wasn't going to cost you so much. So what they did was they got him to sign a big contract and get this roof put on. So the old man agreed and he signed the contract, and it was a bit later that he actually died. He was very elderly. And his family went over. Number one, there was no new roof. They had just painted the roof because they figured the guy was so frail he wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So he had spent, actually it was like tens of thousands of dollars. I believe it was around $40,000 to have this new roof put on. Then but he was supposed to pay like $60,000. He hadn't paid all that he was supposed to pay because it was on a payment schedule. So in the contract they'd put a lien against his house until it was paid off. So what happened there was the family were not able to take possession of the house and sell it or anything till they went through the legal costs of fighting this lien against it. And they eventually did get it all settled. It cost them a lot of money in lawyers' fees. So you want to be very careful about who you're dealing with.